Hi, I'm Koppi, and welcome to the Masters Solo Queue series for the first split of Season 12. Today, we are reviewing and analyzing my stream footage, including the good, the bad, and the factors behind these as I made my way to Master Rank. Hopefully, this series helps you in your Apex rank grind and decision making. As usual, feel free to comment if you have questions or suggestions for content you'd like to see in this channel. Let's get to it. Okay, so now this part of the video, is a good example of a bad push and a good push. Okay, I'm gonna show you in just a few moments. Okay, so you can see there's a Gibby there, shield swapping. Me and my squad arrived here with the intention of third-partying the two or three squads that were fighting here. But because things are quiet, I automatically assume that the fight's over. Squad that won is probably healing up or already healed up. But Gibby saw me. The moment that door opened, I figured I should really run back to cover, so I should limit my visibility as much as possible. You can see at the map that one of my teammates is still behind. This almost became a really bad push because I'm at a really off angle. And there's like 3 of them here probably, worst case scenario. So, to make up for my mistake, I figured if they're going to push me, I might as well punish them with an explosive. So I threw a grenade. Hopefully it explodes inside the door, damaging the 2 people there. Horizon was already helping me out here as well. But she really moves well, so she didn't get cracked. And this shocked me the most. So there's an explosion here, 181. And then that Gibby just rushed in front of me, Horizon, and Octane. Was that a tap strafe? I'm not so sure, but yeah, that's a bad push. You don't want to push in the open when 3 people are looking at you from different angles. So Gibby goes down. I try to peek a bit. And Octane also made the same mistake that the enemy Gibby did just a few seconds ago by charging into the open. And you can see that there's one there and the Wraith here. So that was actually a very exposed push. Now, it seems like the tides are turning against us because the Ashe is already healing here. And I'm missing my Peacekeeper shots. Thankfully, Horizon managed to knock another one. So it's a 2v1, but she's pretty low. Both of us don't have shields. Now this is a bad push. I think at this point, Wraith already knew that I have a Peacekeeper because we were fighting for quite a while. So she should have taken note of that. But she just jumped in front of Horizon. And the moment I hit that Peacekeeper shot, the tables have already turned. Horizon wasn't knocked down, and Wraith is going to be really low at this point. Okay, so me and Horizon 1 getting the shield. I try to be greedy to get this shield swap, totally disregarding Horizon's need for it. It's a good thing she has faster hands than I do. Already 3 people are down, that means 1 is self-res. I just automatically assumed that and went for the rest. It seems that somebody actually got the rest through, but Horizon is better. She won this. Damn, Ashe almost clutched it. The next clash that we had in this game was a pretty solid one, if I should say. So we saw a squad pushing towards Turbine. Octane pinged this in front of us early on, and we didn't give our location right away, as I did in the last video. We took our time. We made sure that we have the element of surprise. So there's a Mirage, and you can see that that Valkyrie was almost looking at me, so I figured, yeah, why not just fire at her already. I did. It's a good thing Octane also fired at the same time. We managed to take one down. Okay, so with a 3-on-2 advantage, I play aggressively. I'm thinking of flanking over here to block their escape. And throw grenades. Also throw a missile swarm. That's a decent nade, I guess. Not as sharp. Maybe if I threw it a bit higher, it could have just fallen on them behind that crate. I'm still working on my nade game. Okay, so If you're going against an Octane, or if you're playing Apex Legends and you want to make it past Plat or Gold, at least be aware of your vertical tracking, because it will really come in handy when an Octane is running away from you. If you can vertically track his path, you can kill a lot of people and you'll be quite a bother to deal with, like in this case. It's not perfect, but in some cases, 53 damage while someone's on a jump pad is all it takes to really knock them off. And because I aggressively flanked and my teammates for some reason are also good flankers, and we surrounded this squad, there's an opening for their member here. That was a really blind flank. I think the only way he could have made it harder for me to hit him is if he was strafing in circles. Now, the disadvantage of strafing in a circle, I think, let's talk about advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is, if multiple people are shooting at you from different angles, they're all equally going to have a hard time because you're moving. The disadvantage is, because you're moving in a circle, not based on one direction, you're strafing slower. So you may be an easier target. Okay, so we got 2 of them down. And they managed to run away. Yeah, Valk managed to run away. So in this instance, a squad tried to push us from the open. They were harassing us as we were going downhill. So we already knew that they were coming from somewhere around here. I just didn't expect them to aggressively take this spot from us. But the moment I spotted those smokes and they started shooting at us at this range, I figured, I'm Valk, I should take the high ground immediately. So I did. So I need to prevent or at least control their push to our pace. As you can see, this caustic wasn't looking at me at all. This is the power of the surprise high ground. And there's another angle there as well. I think she got cracked. I mean, he got cracked. If this person aimed better, I would have been shredded here. I'm kind of lucky. So I spammed nades. You can see that somebody got disabled there as well. Bangalore threw a bad ult towards me. If you know this part of the map, it has a roof on top, so Bangalore's ult will not really help them in this situation. It could have helped them if we were fighting over here, this area behind them. But we're not. We're fighting in the part of the map where there's a roof. And that grenade is accidental. It really pushed Bangalore out of cover.
Really low here.
And I see that Pathfinder's lost here. One of my squad mates is pushing. They're routed as fuck. They're really disorganized. With all 3 of them cracked, I figured, yeah, this is the time for aggression.
Push.
Take one down. Hide while I take cover while reloading. Shred another one, then finish. So here's a breakdown of the situation here and what we could have done that could have possibly changed how this game went. So there's a squad here, and one of them is a Bangalore who's actually the good player, but she was separated from them. If you're really in for hard pushes and you have 2 movement legends with you, I think an aggressive push is a good way to capitalize on the mispositions of your enemy squads. In this case, I saw that the Bangalore was just hiding behind that rock, and she was alone. Bangalore is not a movement legend, she cannot rotate, but I think she was paired with a Wraith and a Loba. Okay, that's a Loba. Okay, that's a bad peek. I just maintained the high ground. I think something popped up from my desktop, so it jittered a bit. So you can see we were pretty occupied here, and they actually have a scattered position. See, someone is behind there and she's like in the open. See, there's only one person there. Now, what I could have done if they followed me was, if I was the Octane, I would have put a jump pad and we would have just all rushed crazy rush that person in there to get rid of her once and for all. And then we could have queued up and taken height there forcefully because the zone is also there. But I don't know why my teammates were really playing passive, and this rooftop isn't the best position at the moment. I also didn't have my ult, so I needed their movement. So basically that's what happened. We missed that opportunity there. This squad ended up killing us eventually. Because we were too caught out in the open. You can see that I was still preventing Bangalore from crossing over, but I think she already crossed. Jump pad here. He still doesn't do the jump pad. We're in the open. My ult is just still not there. I don't know why. They just didn't want to take height. Height was the most important here. You can see that, right? And I think a lot of the squads are going to be near the survey beacon, which is not the high spot. Height would have been a better angle. But they weren't coordinating with me this time. Okay, I managed to out-aim Wraith. I do that again. I'll push it here. Other teammates arrive to cover her. I whiffed. He almost died. We go down here. I could have... I needed more space for an ult here, but we were in the open now. We didn't have time. I don't know why. So, here. I could have just ulted here. But another team started shooting at us. And all things went to hell. See that? Yeah, okay. So there's another guy here. Now you throw your jump pad. And now I go into this blind angle. Another team comes from here. So I'm just confused now. It's like, oh my god, where are we going? And then we go into that spot where we are going to eventually die because we're in the open. I got hit by a wingman headshot, I think. Cover me. Also press. And we're really far from the ring. There's no way we could win this. And that Bangalore eventually pushed us here. Anyways, that is all for this episode. Thank you for watching. If this video helped, please smash the buttons indicated in the box. If you do, may you hear those satisfying sounds in your game and help the channel. This has been Koppi, and this is my mechanism. Have fun and get good.